Hello, everyone. Now we are coming into the main part of the first lecture. So let us look at the background of the intercultural communication. What is happening in the world nowadays in the communication with other people from different culture? Why we need to have a good understanding of the communication with people from other countries? Why is intercultural communication important in our conversation? Why is culture, important to our communication? Okay, the first one is the situation in the world now taking place. The world is globalized and internationalized. Now, world is getting closer, and our network is closer and intimate to others because of global transportation and online communication. This online communication has more serious and bigger impact on our life in terms of education. So the second item is about internationalization of higher education, because now we are in the business field of higher education. University. Okay, so most of the countries nowadays, including China and America, big two countries in the world, are interested in hiring international universities because they know international universities have a very big impact on their economy in higher education. And what is the characteristic of internationalization of a higher education? The first item is multicultural students and faculty and international resources. So this sort of multicultural, meaning that we have different cultures in one site. So our students, faculty, and other staffs can experience multiple cultures in one place, just like international university, such as UIC, and Jiao Tong, Xi'an University, or University of Nottingham in Ningbo, things like that. Even though we don't go to UK or America, we can find a taste of multicultural atmosphere at UIC, right? And in the business field, so many people are crossing the country and crossing different fields, including different cultures. So the companies, multinational or multi-country companies like Apple, Samsung, Xiaomi, they hire so many foreigners in their country. Okay, in China, there are many South Korean people working in Baidu and Xiaomi. This is the fact I noticed from South Korea because one book titled "How to Get a Job from Baidu" was very famous in South Korea a long time ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. And so many Chinese students studied in America and they get a job in Apple, including one of my friends. He graduated from the same university of mine, and we had a very close friend. I come to China to get a job as a professor job, and he got a job in one of the small companies in San Francisco. Now he's working for Apple. No, Amazon. Yeah, very good company in the world. So there's no border among the countries. If you have a skill, and a good skill, then you can be hired by any company in the world. Okay, so this is the atmosphere and mood we are living in terms of multicultural, globe. Okay, so let us look into more closely internationalization of higher education, how universities are now internationalized. Internationalization can be defined as the processes that change diverse aspects in ways that give people an international presence and impact. So this is matched up with our motto at UIC. Our motto at UIC is nurturing students so that they have the international taste and become an international citizen, okay, in a global society. So internationalization can give students to something like international elements so that they can become a global citizen in the world, so that they can get a job in any places they want. Okay, this is very good quality, especially for Chinese students who are interested in working in other countries. Do you know why? Because now we can find any Chinese people and Chinese students, I mean international students, any businessmen from China in the world. You can find Chinatown in America. You can find Chinatown in Sydney. You can find Chinatown in Korea, in Incheon, very near Incheon Airport. Okay, so I expect more and more students at UIC to be interested in international communication and work in other countries. You have a very good network with Chinese people in there. Another aspect of the importance in internationalization of higher education is we have more diverse students and faculty members in terms of culture. At UIC, more than 40% of the faculty members are from foreign country, including Hong Kong. Yes, Hong Kong is China, I mean in terms of culture. Still, young Hong Kong people are more like mainly Chinese, but the older the Hong Kong people, they have their Hong Kong culture, right? So they can add more diverse cultural aspects to UIC. And we have more than 30% of foreigners from America. And Korean, we have 12 Korean faculty members at UIC. Okay, so UIC, we can say, is a diversified in terms of culture. Yeah, even though we don't have many international students. And diversity of context. Context means any situation, any places, any circumstances where higher education is given. Okay, we have so many exchange programs with Korean universities, American universities, and so many UK universities. And we have affiliation programs with English medium instruction universities in other countries. And we have online education system. Now we are adopting online education system because of the coronavirus. But online education is the center of the education nowadays in the 21st century. Okay, so online education is another part of diverse context. So this sort of different context may change global reputation of higher education institutions. Let's think about Harvard University. Harvard University is the #1 university in the world. But let's say they have online class to the world. And there are so many Harvard University students in the world. Then Harvard University is not going to be a prestigious university in the world. Okay, so online education may change the atmosphere of higher education in the future. So some people say the traditional university, more than 50% of the traditional university may disappear from the earth in 20 or 30 years from now. Okay, so what does that mean? That means the end of the higher education or the change of the higher education context. Yeah, maybe change. Not only in terms of skills, but also in terms of culture. We may have more opportunities to meet foreigners and grow up our skills in terms of intercultural communication. And world-class ranking, we have world-class ranking system in the world nowadays. And in terms of rating universities, in terms of ranking, international students and international staff is very important elements. So if you see these 4 elements we use for rating and grading universities ranking, the #1 item is number of full-time students, the number of student per staff. Yeah, because this is important. That means each student has the right to be educated properly. But the third item is about internationalization of higher education. So every university in the world looks at internationalization and international atmosphere as one of the most important elements they have to pursue if they want to have a higher ranking in the world. Okay, so Our school, UIC, is also very serious, but we are focusing on international faculty members because we think this is a good source of educational information for our students. And that is why we have more than 40% of the foreign faculty members. And because of that, diversity of students has been increasing in many of the higher education institutions nowadays. OECD countries, I mean the developed and high-ranking countries in the world, international students proportion is very high now. For example, China, 1 year ago, because now we are living in 2020, but we don't have any statistics about this year. So 2018, 1 year ago, there were roughly 500,000 international students studying in China. Okay, and looking at UK and US, UK is looking at 30% increase in 2017, and in the United States, including MOOCs, and 85 roughly 90%, 85% of universities in America provide online and hybrid university courses. So it can be approachable by international students around the world. Let us look at more into online education and what is the opportunity online education provides to the international students. We have 4 different online education systems, which is called e-learning system, and how it can facilitate intercultural communication among the students. The first form is formal education provided by traditional university. For example, University of Birmingham in UK, they provide MA degree. You don't have to go to UK. You can finish this online, even though it is still not they highly respected by the students and teachers because it is online based. Distance learning, you can finish this traditional MA degree. So universities nowadays, very good universities, provide online education system for traditional degree still, right? This is a formal education system. And open courseware, for example, Stanford University, one of the best universities in the world, provide the open courseware in which you can enjoy any classes, but you cannot get credits or you cannot get degree. You can just enjoy it for your hobby, for your knowledge. So this is called extended education. This is not formal or typical education. Okay. And the third one is career training camp. Udemy is very famous one in America. You can take a 1 week course, 3 weeks course, 1 month course, 3 month course. And it is going to be very helpful for your career. If you have a job as an engineer, with this course, you can develop your skill. But as an entry-level student, you cannot take this course as a merit for you. So this is called the nano degree. This is not about BA degree, MA degree, things like that. This is only for skills. But still, Google company hires somebody who finishes this course. This is amazing, right? And the last one is career camping, which is a similar one, but this is operated and managed by a specific company, just like Google. They don't have to ask some other companies to train their staff. They only need their own system. Okay, so just like Google's IT professional certificates, they provide opportunities, people with certificates, so that they can get a job in Google maybe. Okay, here's a discussion question. You can find any sort of answer from a website, from your own brain. You can answer to this discussion question and leave your comments in forum. Okay, see you in the next video. Thank you.